Greetings, queens and kings. I'm Queen Itasha, and today we're going to touch on how to transform your life and how to apply the tips that I give you. The audience type. I don't know if I have been completely transparent with the type of people that I would like to work with, but I want to make sure that I'm completely transparent about that. Um, right now, where I am with my clientele base is I would love to work with people who are actively looking for new ways to transition their life into what they want. They are actively identifying that they don't know what to do right now, or maybe they do know what is causing the issue, but they lack the knowledge on how to come out of either their past trauma, present trauma, bad habits, and so forth. And the reason why I would like to work with those individuals is because oftentimes we are lost because we lack the knowledge, and I want to make sure that I'm giving the information to help you gain the knowledge to be able to apply to your life for a better life. And another reason why I'm very excited to actually work with that um, client base is because that is the journey that I went on. Oftentimes, I would see a issue within myself, but I really didn't know it was an issue, or I would see a issue and I would become in fear of what I knew I needed to do in order to overcome the fear. It's so many different things that I can say that I have done um, to try to get away from making the self-evaluating adjustments. And that right there can be very hard. So I want to make sure I'm being completely transparent about that. So moving right along to the transforming your life. In order to transform your life, you have to first know where you are. Most of us do not know where we are. And knowing where you are can really help you. And in some cases, we don't know how to identify where we are. And most of us are in between 1 to 3 places. The one place that I say is you're a robot. You've conformed to a way of living that is not of your own, and you're okay with it. Then we have our conscious beings who are constantly fighting not to conform to a certain way of living, but they may or may not know what to do, even as a conscious being. That part would have been me in the past. I know where I'm going. I know where I am, and I know what it takes to get there. And that place right there is beautiful. And then the third one, where you know where you're supposed to be, where you are, but you heavily lack the motivation to get there. So it's like you know better, but you're like, la 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 la, la 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 la. Well, so I'm going to name them again, three. You're in 1 to 3 places, in between 1 or 3. You're you are in one out of these 3 places. I do apologize for not being correct in how I spoke about that. So you're either a robot, a conscious being who has conformed to another way of living, not of your own. And either you know it or you may have an idea. You're just like, you know. And then you have your conscious being who's either moving in that direction or you are stagnant and you don't really know what to do with your level of consciousness. It's like you're fighting the current moment. And then you have 3 where you're a conscious being. You know what to do when you're just choosing not to. So, I mean, it's up to us. You know where you are, but you may not have necessarily got got confirmation on where you actually are. And that confirmation comes from within. So if you're looking at this video and I just named 3 different types of where you may be right now, I know one of them resonated with you. You're either a robot, you're like, hey, look, this is what I'm doing because this is what I'm taught, and this worked for whoever taught me, and it may not necessarily be what I want, but this is what I was told I should do. Then you have your, I'm conscious. I'm currently fighting what I should and should not do because I know I shouldn't be doing what somebody else told me to do when it's not one life of my own, or it's not created by me, who is the author of my life. And you're currently trying to find your way and you just don't know how to do it. Um, then you have three. You know what you're doing. You're conscious, and you're just literally choosing not to take the leap of faith to do what you need to do. I mean, some people might call me mean for saying that you're one of the three, but you're one of the three. And this is the starting point of transforming your life. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to ask yourself, where am I? Which one is me? Which one is me? And then once you can be honest with yourself, then you can open yourself up to the next step. And that is, once you know where you are, then you can say, you know what? Now, from where I am right now, I want to be here. Then you have to ask yourself, where do I want to be? But first, you have to be realistic with yourself and ask yourself, where am I? If you don't know where you are, to answer where you want to be would be false to your realistic self. Not the self that has been built on other people's ideas, but the self that is you and only you, without anyone's input. I am here to open your mind beyond where you are right now. Not here to mold and paint your life for you. That is for you to do. I am just giving you the tools that you need in order to identify where you are so that you can be proactive in knowing where you want to be and how to get there. So the next thing is where you want to be. I'm just going to sit here for a little minute and just breathe while you think about that. And I'll just wait while you honestly think about where you want to be. Only to tell you that that answer comes from you knowing yourself, and you probably can't answer that question truthfully. Is that mean for me to ask you where you want to be only to know or to figure out with you that the answer that you might come up with, depending on where you are in life, that you really can't answer that right now if you don't know where you are? And if you haven't been real with yourself, if you haven't gone on a journey with self to learn more about self versus the life of others through social media, the life of others through what your parents taught you that is still not of you, the life of others, of people that you admire who has their own struggles and you lack the knowledge on who they truly are, but you follow them and think that that's where you want to be. Truth be told, no one can answer that question unless they know where they are and they've gone on a journey with themselves. Going on a journey with yourself, it's not fun at first because it's loaded with ammunition of shots to the ego, which is your level of comfort and what has been built since the day you were born. It's not fun at first. in time and practice and in understanding that these growing pains of honesty with self, you will find joy in your flaws and identifying your flaws and all the things that you're made up of, because there is where you will find, wow, this is where I am, and that's where I want to be over there. I know I can get there. I know I can get there. You're going to have to tell yourself that. I know I can get there. It may seem impossible, but you can get there. And you can get there with going on a journey with yourself, which is why I'm here. I'm showing you what that looks like. Going on a journey with yourself, it's rewarding. But again, in the beginning, it's like, whoa, wait, shots. Dodging them, and you're trying not to be honest with yourself, but I promise you, you won't know where you want to be until you find out where you are and you're able to identify, okay, I want to be over there. But in order to get there, I have to go on a journey with myself, and I have to know what I like and what I don't like. And that means that you have to detach yourself from everything that's not moving in that direction. And at first it looks really lonely. And I actually passed that place a long time ago with not wanting to be by myself. I learned that lesson a long time ago. And I know a lot about myself. And if it helps you at all to know this about me, I know that I love hard. I know that I am a go-getter. I know that my expectations are through the roof for myself. So my expectations for other people are through the roof. With me knowing that, I cannot deal with anyone in my love life who is not strong and solid in their walk in life, because I cannot find balance in a good relationship with someone that I would see, I need to help them with this. I need to help fix them. They need to be fixed. They need to be fixed, because I have a big heart. And what I would do in loving someone really hard is, I'm gonna help you fix. I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix you. No. So my potentials have turned into negative. But only because I knew that, I'm able to say, looks good, might feel good, but it's a temporary satisfaction. Don't touch it. Or leave it alone. Because what tends to happen if I get into a relationship with someone who do not necessarily know who they are, or they're not solid in their walk in life, I'll try to fix them, and it turns into a battle. Well, I didn't ask you for your help. You think you know everything. And then once I've left them and they've had to figure out how much damage control they would have to do, then they come back. I'm sorry. I wish that I would have listened to you. I see what you were trying to do. But guess what? They were too busy fighting vulnerability. And that's a lot of us, up to and including me. I love being vulnerable, but being vulnerable could be a scary place when I'm not trusting the process. I'm just going to let that sit for a little bit, and we're going to go to the next thing. But that's just a little bit of a thing about me, and I'm just glad that I've identified it, because I can save a lot of time being wasted on pointless connections with people in the relationship sector of my life. So that's what happens when you're real with yourself. So I'm actually really happy in that part of my life now. So it's great to be able to be that transparent with yourself. You save a lot of bullshit. But I'm going to go to the next thing and say that once you know where you are, I want you to think about that. If you want to know how to get there, then you have to first know where you are. And the how you get there is tailored to everybody differently because everyone has different callings in life. But the most important is that you can identify where you are. And things that you might want to ask yourself to identify where you actually are right now in life would be things like your job. Do you like your job? Why are you there? If you say you're there for a paycheck, that's one thing that's going to need some improvement. Because we should not be working for money, taking time away from our families to make money when we could be making money doing what we love. And I know it looks like, oh, well, how are you going to do that and you're starting out with nothing? Like I'm doing. Start somewhere. I've been building my businesses since 2017. I have 3 websites. I have all professional content for my businesses, emails, phone numbers. I have everything that I need to be successful in my business. I'm very confident in it. I have a lot of things set up already. And guess what? I still have not made the money that I want to make yet. But you know why? Because I lacked applying what I know in order to do it. It's not that I never had it. It's I lacked what I needed to do, lacked doing what I knew I needed to do in order to get it done. And it's very important that we understand that if you're not going to do what it takes to get out of those situations and start somewhere, you're going to be stuck saying, I don't have the money to start. I lack the knowledge on what I need to do to start instead of looking for the answers. So the day that I stopped making excuses is when I began to see what I needed to do. Everything and everyone was a reason why I have not done what I needed to do and what I knew I needed to be doing. Up to and including myself. So you have to be honest with yourself. And that shit hurts. And you're gonna cry. Man or woman, God or goddess, queen or king. You're gonna cry. And you're gonna cry because you know what? Once you realize, this just happened to me less than 30 days ago. Once you realize that you harness everything that you need to get to where you want to be in life, that is when the tears are going to roll. When you say, I knew it. I knew that all I needed to do was change my eating habits so that I can have a clear mind. All I needed to do was cut off this unhealthy connection because it didn't feel right. All I need to do is stop spending money and creating memories with people that don't matter. All I need to do is find out what I really love and what I like and what I'm passionate about and put all my energy into that. All I needed to do was get enough rest and study more about what I love and not scrolling on Instagram or Facebook or finding the next party or game night or the next best outfit or fake surgery or something to do to my body to make me feel good. All I had to do was be real with myself. And if I did not make myself clear about this, my channel is not just for females. I love everyone, and these messages are universal for male or female, God or goddess, king or queen. Okay, so let's start there first. Let's start with, where am I? So I'll be posting some things about how to find out where you are. I'm going to be posting some helpful quotes on my Instagram about where you are, how to find out where you are if you don't know how to find out where you are right now, and what's important about where you are and what needs to change about where you are depending on where you are. And then you can ask yourself realistically, boom, let's go into where do I want to be? And being able to answer that question realistically. Okay? So, subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of that information will be actually posted below. Okay? And my Instagram, if you're not already following it, mind_body_stones. I'm sorry, mind_body_and_stones. Mindbodyandstones.com is a website that I've built for the healing process of queens and kings, goddesses and gods. And I actually do families as well. I actually have an online boutique where you will find the latest version of feathered earrings. I'm actually about to release a new product with earrings, the feathered earrings for healing for ladies. I will be posting more necklaces, healing protection stones for our kings. I do not have any special stones for specifically kings. I do have all universal stones that anyone could wear, male or female, but I'm actually talking about something with more of a masculine feel to it. But all of my stones are universal, so none of them are like feminine or masculine. But I actually do want to create a stone that's like masculine, like a man's like, yeah, that's my kind of stone. So I actually will be doing that. Those will be posted today. And I want to make sure that everyone's happy. So stay tuned, subscribe to my YouTube channel, stay close. I will be posting a lot of helpful quotes, and I will be posting some triggering questions on my social media. That way you're able to be honest with yourself as you try to find out where you are right now. I gave a few examples as far as questioning yourself, as far as your job, meaningful connections or not. Identifying certain things that you may be indulging in that's not feeding your purpose in life. So we have some things to talk about, and we will continue. Everything can't be in one video. So I'll be back, and we will talk again. And if you have any questions specifically that you would like for me to touch on, let's get to it and discuss it. You have an amazing day on purpose, nothing less. And don't accept anything less today, intentionally. Be intentional in everything that you do.